So everyone just behave yourselves for a minute. Hold on a second. Oh, hold on, Richard Hughes. All right, so let's do this. While I'm waiting for confirmation from everyone that we're feeding through audio and all that kind of stuff is working good. Hopefully we've worked out all those audio issues with everyone. I want to remind folks out there to go to hankstrange.com, sign up for our email list. This is a great way for you to keep in touch with us. You can also, Lola throws up daily deals there on the website as well as other places. You can find out all the links that we have, all the places you guys can go to support us. If you want to support us, you can get your hands on some Hank Strange patches. There they go. This one right here is the broadcasting patch. And this one right here is what I call my Laser Blaster Supersuit patch. So when these are sold out, we will move on and we'll do other stuff. If you're looking for t-shirts and things like that, you can get it from Ballistic Ink. Okay, these guys are showing off their hats, so I'm going to have to show them to you because they think people are watching. Oh, look at that. Look, that's a throwback Hank Strange hat that Richard Hughes has. Walter has the new one. Walter has the whole collection too. So there you go. We've got Richard Hughes. We've got Walter Keller joining us. Big shout out to Harry's Holsters. If you guys are looking for Kydex holsters, go to Harry's Holsters. Use the code HankStrange. It gets you 10% off of everything that's there in the store. And, we have Harrison come on the show here from time to time as well. I carry the holsters, so thanks a lot for that. All right, that being said, everyone out there, smash the thumbs up, share the show, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be fun. Let's get into it. Can we see the jazz hands? Come on, let's do it. Jazz hands, there we go. We got the jazz hands going. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on. It's Thursday. This is episode 617 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. And my guests are Walter Keller, SHF, which stands for Safety Harbor Firearms. There he goes. There's Walter. What's up, Walter? You're here again, man.
Yeah, 2 days in a row, man.
Yeah, you got to make up your salary, Otherwise,
I do it for Lola.
Yeah. Okay. Good. She appreciates that. I'm sure.
I was blasting in the blasting cabinet, working on some stuff, and look over on my phone and look, Lola, can you be on the show?
Right.
With Richard Hughes? Sure.
Yeah. So she told you, she made the mistake of telling you Richard Hughes. This is him right here, Richard Hughes.
I don't have any problems with Richard.
Wait. I'm the Monarch of Fraz, and I've started the TFAC AF.
Oh, I don't even. You know what? I don't even want to know what the TFACAF.
You got to take that damn rag
AT&T XYZ.
I don't understand that shit with the rag on.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
Okay, it's gonna be one of those days. It's gonna be. Jesus, so he had on a bandana, then he had on a mask, and he still has on shades. He's so cool. He's got to wear shades indoors.
That's my bright whiteness.
I want to show you. I want to show you my bullpup because it kicks like a mule. Not those.
Yeah, you obviously that one. Right, yeah. Like so he obviously Richard Hughes hasn't gotten over. He hasn't got. Do you want to tell everyone what the AFZWXY is? Whatever that.
It's I figured as Monarch of Fraz, that's FlyingRich Autonomous Zone, that I need a protective division, and they would be the TFACAF, which is the Totally Fracking Around Coalition AF.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When is the last time you had a CAT scan MRI or something?
Are you working with my wife?
Because you might need to do a follow-up, some kind of checkup. Yeah. Make sure you refill your prescription.
Are you working with my wife?
Yeah, make sure you refill that prescription. Your wife is a very sage, noble woman.
We're putting up with your bullshit. There we go.
Exactamundo.
Yeah. I got my wife a gift. She got that one.
Oh, okay. All right.
A pistol.
Yeah. So,
I got that one.
Yes. All right. So listen. Let's get organized here. So like I said, everyone out there, smash the thumbs ups, okay? If you're in here, smash the thumbs ups. We need and appreciate that. Shout outs. If people want shout outs, it's Thursday. So Richard Hughes, so you're still on the NFAC thing? You're not over that yet? Richard
Oh.
Hughes? You're not over NFAC? You're still stuck on that, huh?
Nonsense.
That's like 2 weeks ago's news.
Man, that is so out of the news cycle, Richard. Come on, man.
Yeah.
We got a multi-mixed something or other vice presidential candidate that claims
Oh,
to be
boy.
this. She can be
You're
this
talking
one
about-
week and this another week. She's almost as good as Pocahontas that we had. Remember
That's
Pocahontas?
Hank's sister. She's exactly like Hank.
Oh, hang on. Whoa.
She's-
Well, now, hold on a second.
Whoa,
I'll have you know that I didn't sleep my way to the top. Not
Yeah.
that much.
All right,
He
well,
don't got, Hank
was
ain't got those knee
sleeping or
pads
was-
like she's got. You
the
know what I'm
things I
saying?
sold didn't say sleeping.
Oh, well, you
I
know,
don't
whatever
think there
the
was no
activities
sleeping, there
were.
was just knee pads involved. That's all.
Yeah.
I
it was.
think, yeah, they were polishing something.
Yeah, however you want to put it. Listen, I already told you guys behind the scenes to behave yourself. Can you behave for like the first 10 minutes?
I did.
How about that? 10
I
minutes.
thought this was behaving.
Oh, well.
I didn't say a bad word. Well, Walter's on. You're going to be demonetized. Walter's on.
Yeah, well.
I'm not eating. I'm already fed. I've already got fed. I'm already eating.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously you want to talk about Kamala Harris.
No, not really.
No,
No,
don't
you
want to
didn't-
talk about her.
You didn't- No, that's offensive.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 we're not. It's offensive if we talk about her. Okay.
No, I mean, you got to say Kamala. Kamala?
Oh.
Something. Some other.
What,
Anything.
did I
other than-
mispronounce it?
Well, if she's playing black today, you play it one way, and she's playing Indian the other day, you say it another way.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
who was the Indian girl getting sworn in at the Senate, being the first Indian ever sworn in at the Senate?
Who? I don't know. Who was that?
That was Camilla Kamala.
Yeah.
Was it?
Kamala
Oh, okay.
Harris.
Well, listen, guys. Come on. You know, I mean, we are the world.
Who are we to say?
We
what
are
to
the
do?
people. We
say
are.
I feel-
We could teach the children. We could show them a better day. What's the? I forgot the lyrics. I personally am the world. This is. You know what? There are a lot of similarities, I guess, between me and her. You know, I mean, her parents are from the Caribbean. I was born in the Caribbean. She was born here, so she can therefore be vice president temporarily until they make her president.
Oh,
You
that'll
know?
be what, 10, 15 seconds?
That could be before the elections.
You know how it's going to work is Hillary's going to whack Joe after he says I do, and then Harris is going to make Hillary VP, and then Hillary's going to. It's just
Yeah.
like Klingon Rite of Succession.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think
know.
Camilla's does girls. What's Hillary gonna do?
She's got,
So if Hillary's coming in to be president, you're saying, right? Did I miss that?
Hillary likes girls. Come on, everybody
Two
knows
steps.
that.
Yeah. That's
Two
not,
steps to Hillary.
hey, listen, I'm with Hillary. I like girls too.
Yeah,
You
but-
know, I mean, what can
You
I
know.
say? You know, we're all
Hey,
a little,
Wanda.
we're all
get
a
on
little
your
bit
Harley,
we're
come
all
on.
we're all a little bit lesbian here. You know, a little bit.
I guess.
Some of us more than others.
I forgot Pebbles doesn't like hats.
Yeah. So anyway, listen. You know, yeah. There goes your. This is your Air Force. This is FlyingRich's his air division.
Indeed it is.
He hasn't crashed that one, though. Come on.
Well, he doesn't do so good either.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Yeah. So listen, we could talk about Camilla, whatever. We can get into all of that kind of stuff if that's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure there'll be some. What was that game? Man, what is that game that they used to play in New York? You know, like you always see these guys
Three-card Monty?
with the cups. Yeah, is that what it was called? Where they're switching.
Three-card Monty.
Yeah, they're doing the whole cup
What
thing.
New Yorker are you?
Huh?
What kind of New Yorker are you?
I never got involved in that kind of stuff, man. I never got involved in that. I wasn't a gambler. All the stuff that my dad did when I was growing up, I am not into. So I don't smoke, I don't drink, don't womanize, gamble, take drugs. All of that
Still
stuff.
hope
What's left?
I only have guns and cars. That's it. That's all I got left. Guns, cars, maybe some
the
watches.
Suzuki counts as a car?
Hey.
Listen now, I do have the ability. You know, we could just have this show just be Pebble. Just pebbles. We could just go with just pebbles here
You
on the
just see
show.
the bird just sitting there the whole 2 hours.
Yeah.
And
And listen, the Samurai is a very good mode of transportation. It doesn't have any power steering.
you don't
And
need it.
but you don't need it.
Yeah.
That's for pussies.
Let me ask you a question. When's the last time you guys drove with no power steering?
My 1980 924 Turbo had no power steering. In fact,
When's the last time you drove that car?
Was 19.
Oh, no.
89, 90.
No,
I got
19 anything doesn't count. Okay, go ahead.
Power's
Walt.
got no power steering. You don't need no power steering.
Oh, okay. When's the last
Here's
time
the
you
power, baby. Here's the power.
Right.
There's the power.
Yeah, okay. Walter probably drove the Pinzgauer today because I think he drives it every day.
I back it in and out of the shop.
Exactly. It goes straight back. It backs out of the shop in the morning and then gets pulled in.
Yep.
But yeah, listen, driving no power steering, man, that is not fun. If you do,
Are you parallel parking it? If you're parallel parking it, then you get a little bit of a workout.
That's a little bitty thing. Come on, man.
No, I got to get power steering, man. It's got to happen.
No, you're
No,
crazy.
power
I
steering
gotta
conversion.
start calling you Camilla.
Power steering. The Indian people, my peoples, are not good. We don't have. We're not good with the steering if it's not powerized. So what can I say?
You need air conditioning in that thing. That's what you need.
Air conditioning. I'm not that worried about the air conditioning. You wind down the windows and stuff like that. It's
That one
good.
doesn't. You don't have AC in that? You got AC in that, right?
You know
Or does
what?
it need to be-
I don't think there's AC in it.
You know if there was AC.
I try to-
It's like I don't think.
I tried to turn on the fan, and a bunch of particles came out, and I was like, "Oh
Lift
no,
up-
we're not doing that."
Lift up the hood. You see the alternator, and if there's another little round thing mounted there, you got AC. If there's no
Okay.
little round thing mounted, you ain't got no AC.
Yeah, I have to check into
The
that.
condenser that'd be in front of the radiator.
The windshield washer stuff doesn't work. I press it, I hear it going. There's no spray.
Probably have to fill it.
There's no. Well, so I opened up the engine. I already thought of that. I opened up the engine compartment. There's no nozzles in the hood. So,
I can't remember.
I don't know
it is on
I don't know where it is.
on
I have
Samurai.
no clue.
I can't remember where it's at. I'd have to look at it.
Yeah. Steve Dave says put a Hellcat motor in it. It won't fit. A Hellcat motor can't go in the whole thing. The whole thing can't take.
Everybody solves a problem for everything. Just put a Hellcat motor.
Yeah, it's like ketchup. It's like ketchup or.
Put a Hellcat motor on my mini bike.
Well, did you ever have a Porsche 914?
No, I wanted one back in the day, but I didn't. I never got one.
Yeah, I had a couple. I should have held on to. But
I wanted a 6-cylinder one. That's my problem.
oh my God, that's so good to drive. Anyhow, the 914. This might be your problem, Hank. Is the spare tire is what drives the washer fluid. So they tap the air off the spare tire, and they have a kidney-shaped pressure vessel, and that's where the washer fluid is.
Are you actually believing anything that Richard Hughes is saying?
Oh, that's a Volkswagen thing too, actually.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
It would leak. So your stalk, as you pulled for the washers, it would leak on your crotch when it leaked.
Wow. Okay. That is pretty terrible.
I worked at a repair shop. I know.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible. So let's see. Everyone's throwing up engines now. American Freedom Outdoors says 59's Cummins. There you go. Dan Hates You says a 4.31 GM V6 and TH350 will fit in a Samurai. There you go.
Probably will.
Listen, right now that thing has 60 horsepower. 60.
Yeah.
A 3-cylinder Kubota would be really good.
Like
in some sort of Odin air-cooled.
Listen, I'll be happy for the.
They go like homing aircraft in, like a 6-cylinder like homing. Yeah.
I'll be happy for what is it? The Suzuki Sidekick that came later. Remember that? The Sidekicks had a bigger engine. Okay. I think they were like somewhere between 90 and 120 horsepower. I'll be happy for 120 horsepower.
So there's a guy, actually he lives in Orlando right now. He built a plane like mine, a Cozy 3, and it had two Suzuki Samurai engines in a V and counter-rotating props. So each engine drove its own prop.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting.
And they were belt-driven, and there was a hydraulic ram that tensioned the belts. So if the oil pressure went down in the engine, like if you turned one engine off or one engine went off, which I'm sure happened all the time because it's a Suzuki.
No. That is not allowed. That is not allowed. As long as I have that thing and that engine always runs. It's never.
I put 130,000 miles on my Samurai that I had, and it ran just fine.
Yeah.
You're a skilled mechanic.
I never had to do any internal engine work.
Yeah, but
yeah, those are pretty. I haven't. They don't have a. They don't have a reputation of being bad engines. They don't.
No, that was.
It's a tin can.
There was rumors that when they were paying, oh, you flip over that garbage.
All fake.
There was
fake
also
news.
people who said, oh, the engine only lasts 30,000 miles.
Fake news.
I'm like, you're full of shit. Come on, man. No, 30,000 miles.
No.
They sell them all over the world. It wasn't like we were the first to get the Samurai.
No.
First time I saw one was in the Bahamas.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Yeah. They do sell it. They still sell them all over the world. I wish we could get in America the new Jimneys, man. Those are so cute.
Yeah.
The Jimneys. Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Yeah.
Well, the reason you don't is because of the rules.
Laws.
You gotta have 500 airbags, and you gotta have a retarded person driving rear view mirrors and rear view, all this stuff. So you don't have,
Yeah. 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 It's crazy. It's crazy.
Rear view camera.
Yeah, let's see. There's a whole bunch of comments coming in here. As everyone's coming in, I'm gonna say it again. Smash the thumbs ups for us. We appreciate that. So
No, Walter. Like that motion doesn't look good.
Yeah. I hope you guys did the thumbs ups. I hope you, Walter, and Richard have done some sharing and all that kind of stuff. So we'll get into it. Oh, thank you. We appreciate that. All right, nice. Walter didn't notice Walter's looking down.
Yeah.
I'm calling that. Let's see. Tyven's here and Special K's here because of me.
Oh, right. Because we don't see those guys every day. We don't see. Shout out to Tyven and Special K, by the way.
Shooting Gallery New England, Chris Bullis.
Those guys are always here. Those guys are always here.
No, they're my people. They're my people.
Oh,
well,
okay.
Those are the folks that need to share it a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everyone needs to do their part. Okay, so this is gonna be it's gonna be crazy, as you guys can already see. Let's see. Where do you all want to talk? I mean, Richard, we got you. You're the special guest.
Well, I want to talk about your sister being VP.
Kamala Harris.
Oh.
Okay, now you're getting into family. Richard Hughes.
Come on, man.
Yeah. No, my sister is actually gangster. She's not like Kamala Harris, man. My sister is actually gangster, and she will beat your ass, Richard Hughes.
Your sister's a sister, then. That's
Yeah. She's gangster for real. She's she will take you out.
No,
not in a nice way.
Is Gropey Joe okay with her now?
Kamala.
She said she believed the accusers, but now Gropey Joe's okay.
Look, Richard.
I don't think he knows he doesn't know what's happening.
The Democrats all kiss each other's ass in the end and cuddle up together, hold each other's private parts, and make love.
And follow the plan.
Yes, follow the plan.
Yeah. So Special K says, no, FlyingRich. I'm here for Hank and Walter. Walter, what's for dinner? There you go. Special K wants to know what's for dinner.
I had some pasta with some spaghetti sauce and some meatballs and some mozzarella cheese on top of it. It was pretty as a motherfucker.
There you go. Okay.
Kellogg is, I know where you live, and I can be there in 10 minutes.
Yeah, but you might not survive it.
Although he's working out, man.
Yeah, that's what I'll say. Chris is he's working out. He is. Shooting Gallery NE says, I'm here for the beer, and there is no beer.
I got some in the fridge.
So
got some Heineken and some Samuel Adams Oktoberfest.
Okay. There you go.
What was it? He's here to. What was the line from the movie? He's here and he's all out of bubble gum. What's the? I'm here for.
Oh, I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum. Who said that? That is a line in something.
Oh gosh,
what movie is that in?
From that Aliens movie where you. Put the glass
Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
Roddy Piper, man. Gotta love the Piper. Yeah. Yeah,
So,
that was one of the wrestling dudes I actually liked, Roddy Piper.
I heard Joe Biden picked Kamala Harris because she smelled the best.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen. You got to understand this, okay? In all seriousness, which I mean absolutely zero seriousness, if you are Joe Biden and you have any choice in who you're picking, because he obviously has no choice in his life. I don't really think he wants to run for president.
He had a piece of paper on his desk when he read, "Hello, Kamala. I am picking you for vice president." He had a paper on his desk.
Are you being serious now?
Serious.
Yeah, okay. Well, so the thing is, if you think about it, they've got to pick someone who actually is going to be willing to even go on a campaign trail with Joe Biden.
Yeah, I think she's the one that's gonna get used like she's gonna get used like a Trojan for that. So.
I was just saying, are you? No, I better not to say.
Yeah. So just remember that she started off her career back with old Willie Brown.
That's what I was gonna say.
Willie
Honking
Brown.
a bobo. Honking a bobo.
Getting some brown Willie. Where's Big Willie?
Now? Is he dead? Did he die? Is that what it is?
Big Willie? Who? Or Willie Brown?
Brown.
Willie Brown's still alive. He's still alive.
Bring him out.
He's
Is
still
Tyven still there?
Yeah. Willie Brown is still alive. He's still pimping, man. He's big. He is PIMP, man. He's still out there doing it. You know, he's upgraded. You know, over the years. You know, years, you gotta upgrade him, and he's moved on from Kamala Harris. But I think that was like entry level back when she was 29. Entry level to politics.
Entry level?
Yeah, entry level. Yeah.
Yeah, entry level. Waist level. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. So, wait, Tyven Show says that was Chuck Norris. What?
Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris didn't say that. I don't think so. Chuck Norris didn't have those kinds of... Okay, someone let us know who said that. I don't know. I don't want to...
It's Roddy Piper.
Yeah, I believe it was the Piper, but, let's see.
Now, I think Joe Biden picked her because she's married to a white guy.
Okay.
Now, see,
okay, what's the logic? What's the logic?
Well, he can have a conversation with him then, I guess.
Okay.
The movie was Two
old white guys. And I think the white guy is older than she is. So just a thought. Just all.
I don't know, man. I think that's pretty much how a lot of these politicians roll. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that they basically, first of all, when she dropped out, she was the only one in the race. There wasn't very strong contention in the race. She was the only one in the race that was giving him a run for his money. Mm-hmm. And then she dropped out, right? And part of that deal probably was that they would do this. And at the end of the day, who's really going to deal with his... No one else wants to be... None of those other people want to be right next to Biden and then get associated with that, If they have political ambitions, they'll probably just rather do it on their own than to get in there with him.
All right. So the Republicans ran Bob Dole when they knew they weren't going to win. It was just his turn. And same thing with John McCain. They ran these losers when they knew it was just somebody else's turn. They've been around D.C. long enough. I really think they're running Biden because it's his turn. He's been around long enough. And this shuts him up, gets rid of him forever, and all the people that supported him and thought he deserved a chance.
And
why would he, okay, I don't understand the logic. Why would Biden even want to do this?
Well, why wouldn't Biden have done it right after the Obama administration? That's
because Obama wasn't going to support him.
Obama still isn't supporting him.
Yes.
Where's Obama? Once the campaign has started now, where's Obama talking up Big Joe Biden?
I'm sure he'll do some stuff at some point. He'll get out there.
He'll be like when by when Bill Clinton and all the other ones were hitting the trail for Obama at the end when they knew in reality they were desperate. Against for Hillary.
Yeah, for Hillary. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Because they were desperate and they knew for real that she wasn't going to win. Bill Clinton was in Safety Harbor. Why the fuck would you come to Safety Harbor? But I'm like,
for the ladies, I don't know. Maybe he came to Safety Harbor for the Hooters.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah,
Walter, come on now.
But that was an act of they were desperate because they knew she didn't have a snowballs in hell chance of doing it. So.
Ooh. Hey, I want to shout out to Gaspar. I see him in the audience.
Okay. Who's Gaspar?
RTS guy. RTS guy.
Oh, RTS guy. Okay.
He sold me the Glock 43 for my wife.
All right. Shout out to RTS guy. All right. So yeah, I think. Listen, there's going to be more shenanigans going on. I just have to believe that.
So I was thinking that they were going to have a brokered convention and they were going to slide Michelle Obama in.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't help that one.
They're going to slide Michelle Obama into what exactly?
Into some men's clothing?
What exactly? What kind of slide it are we talking? Slide it into the DMs? What are we talking about here? I don't think she wants. I don't think she wants any of that. Even if she has political ambitions, which she probably doesn't, man.
Her past is not a fantastic.
Yeah, but I also just don't think those guys. I don't think the Obamas have any political ambitions anymore. Barack Obama was the president. He gets to build a library.
He gets to go around talking and making all
they got
kinds
their
of
money and stuff like that. The kids are all grown and out of the house now, I guess. No, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe not. I seem to remember there were kids like my kids' age, but my kids are not grown and out of the house yet either. They're grown but not out of the house. So,
is there a fledging age when they have to fledge?
I don't know. Not these days. Not how back in our days when we in the olden days there was an age where you got out. Like I know I was on my own at 18, living on my own, had my own place, but not nowadays. What about you guys? When did you?
And kicked him out.
Huh?
I bought the house for my dad and kicked him out.
Okay, there you go. That's a good,
Oh, you're one of those.
That's a good one.
Get out of here, yo.
And here you go to the nursing home, Papa.
You bastard, hit the road. I'm tired of your shit.
Yeah. When did you go out and strike out on your own, Walt?
I moved out of the house when I was like 23.
23. Oh, look at that. You're a late bloomer.
There was nobody wanted me to leave, actually.
Oh, okay.
My dad wasn't really happy about it when I moved away.
Yeah.
I didn't move that far away. I moved in with some of my friends, We moved to the house, a bunch of guys,
Yeah. I think if you don't have, sometimes that's just family pressures, Like if you don't really, there's no pressure like that on my kids. Lola keeps cooking for them, so why would they leave?
I don't want
Lola cooks.
Yeah.
I don't want one of them around when they're 30. They got to figure shit out before then, but we'll.
Yeah. I probably will just move. Like one day, I will just quietly sneak out, like get an RV or something like that, and be gone. And by the time they figure it out, it's like, wait a second, are we living here on our own? Yes.
You sell a house and you move out, and then somebody else is living in the house, and they come back.
Someone else is moving in.
What's up? Oh man, what are you doing? Who are you? Get the hell off my property.
Yeah. No.
Hank, if you need family therapy, Richardson in the chat, BW Firearms.
Oh. Yeah.
He's really good at family.
We don't get any kind of therapy from Richard from BWE except trigger therapy. That's it. That's the only kind.
Leg therapy.
Yeah, exactly. We're not
frontal lobe therapy. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people out there said Special K says he was 18 when he moved out.
Wow.
Jason St. Pierre said 18.
Yeah, but
Clint Sanders said 18.
Special K doesn't count because he grew up in the Philippines. In the Philippines, if you didn't move out when you're 9, you're a late bloomer.
Yeah,
go work in the field or something.
Yeah, I'm sure he had a full-time job. I had a full-time job when I was like, I think. Well, let me see. I had a full-time job at somewhere between 13 and 14. while I was in high school. So, I mean,
making some of these butterfly knives. That's what they're doing.
Oh, boom, yeah, absolutely.
Or working in the illegal gun factories over there in the Philippines. You ever seen about that?
I have seen some of that stuff. I don't know if
Yeah,
Special K. Does Special K grow up here or in the Philippines? We'll have to find out from him what he did exactly. Dan Davis says broken convention and slide in Cuomo.
Oh my God! Oh, you speaking of that, man, there's no way. They wanted to do independent investigation about the COVID-19 in the nursing homes, and he said no. And
yeah, I don't think they don't want to do.
I mean, he investigated himself and said he was okay.
Yeah,
I don't understand what the problem is.
Yeah, they're not going to open that can of worms.
Oh, fuck
no. No. You will all of a sudden see like a weird. All of a sudden in New York City, they will for some reason start storing ammonium nitrate right next to the nursing homes. And then next thing you know, there's like a weird warehouse fire, and then some fireworks goes off, and kaboom! Wait a second, there's no nursing homes anymore. So yeah, all of that will happen way before they actually investigate that.
Armament Access says I got married at 18. What a dumbass. That's what he said in his comments.
Yeah.
I would never, ever get married that young.
Yeah.
Everybody I know who's got married like that always gets divorced because they can't keep their dick
Have you met Armory and Access? Have you met him?
No, I'm not personally.
If you met him, you would understand. His parents probably did an arranged marriage, and they were like, "Got to get him out of here."
Yeah, but
take the money and run.
you gotta have a little bit of life before you get married, in my opinion.
How do you know he wasn't living his life when he was like 14 or something?
He lives in Ohio. There's no life in Ohio. We all know that.
There's always stuff you could do. It takes very little equipment.
House to tip.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
I'm telling you, exactly. It takes very little equipment. Let's see. Okay, let's go through some more ages. Edward Andrews says 18 years old, out of the house, and in the military. So, yeah. Awesome right there. Let's see.
Wait. Shooting Gallery New England says he was 22 when he moved out. How can he do that? He's only 18 now. Is that a projected move-out date?
I don't know. So BWE Firearm says, I had my parents move out and not tell me when I was at camp when I was a kid, come home to an empty house.
That's what I was saying, man. They sold the house when you were gone.
Is that a true story? I don't know. We got to find out from Rich.
I'd make a crack or two at that, but he's got a lot of guns and knows how to use them, so I'm just going to shut up.
Well, he's another person. Those poor parents were probably like, maybe he'll forget about us. Let's see. Imposter said 26. 26 when Imposter moved out. Shooting Gallery NE was 22. Kathleen Music Lover wins the prize. 60. She says she was 60 when she moved out. There you go. I believe it. So there you go. So, and the Tyven Show says, I work 2 jobs and only sleep and shower at my parents' house at age of 16. And then he got married to Armament and Axes, and then they both moved. I'm just kidding.
Honeymoon to tornado.
I'm just kidding. I'm sure people will start texting me about that in a second here.
Tyven and Armament and Axes look alike. They might be cousins.
One is his own granddad. That's what's going on there. One is his own granddad. One of them's from the future. The other one's from the past. So, okay. All right. Let me stop. Though I'm just messing with you guys. It's all love. It's all love.
Babyface says he moved out at 20.
Moved out at 20. Yeah.
And he's another one. Was he 21?
No, did Babyface hit 30? Is he 30 yet? I don't know. I don't know if he's 30 yet. So yeah, he moved out at 20, but he gets along pretty good with his folks and stuff like that. He's a good kid. If Babyface is my kid, I'll let him stay around. I'll let him live in my cottage.
That's because he's got ammo, probably.
Yeah, we'll have him fixing up stuff and all that. So, Let's see. So BWE says, yes, it's true. They got a great deal on a house they wanted and forgot to tell me. I walked to my grandmother's house to ask where they went. Then the shit hit the fan then. Oh, his parents were just priceless. And BFP says he's 31. Wow. Where'd the time go, Walt? Where did the time go? We met Babyface. How old was he?
4.
In 2016, it was definitely 27.
27, Lola says. 27.
Full of guns and 4 years old.
And Kathleen says, isn't Babyface 45? No,
45.
No.
You look at those chubby little fingers of his. He's not 45.
No.
Come on.
Can you not tell he's a millennial? Okay? He does this while he's on this show. How many things do you think Patrick is doing while he's on the show? He's literally on the show and he's playing a video game with someone. Okay? He's shopping on the internet.
He's researching everything we're saying.
Yeah. What is this? He says, by the way, we're trying to clone Steak and Shake Frisco melts for dinner.
Well, you got to have a hot griddle. You got to smash them burgers down. You got to take some work, man.
Yeah. You could just jump in the car and drive down to Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake.
Yeah. So.
Tyven's comment.
Yeah, Tyven says he met Babyface before the boob job. He hasn't. We've been trying to get him that boob job now for a long time.
Oh God.
Someone needs to donate. If someone knows a plastic surgeon.
Not in Tijuana though.
Well, he's married now. I don't know if he'll do it now. He's married.
We got to go to the chopper, so we probably can raise some money. I mean,
yeah, we did get him on the chopper. We did. Yeah, we got him to do that class where he was shooting out of the helicopter. But we cannot seem to.
Oh, it was a Robinson R44. I mean, if you call that a helicopter.
Yeah,
it'll work.
Yeah, I'll give it. I'll give it some props.
Okay, here we go. Here's a good one, Richard. What helicopters you been in?
A Robinson R44.
That's it.
That's about it.
That's it. Hank, you?
Let me see. Probably mostly those. I'm trying to think if I was in a different helicopter. I don't know.
I've been in a Bell Jet Ranger. I've been in Huey. That was at Knob Creek.
Wait,
no, never did.
Because I've been to other helicopters not flying.
No, it doesn't count if it's grounded.
What if it's like an Airwolf helicopter? One of those.
If it never got off the ground, no.
No.
And somebody's hangar.
And when we went out on Vegas, when we went to the Grand Canyon, I forget the make of that one, but it's a civilian one that's got a really wide cockpit area.
Mm-hmm.
You can ship 3 across and 3 in the back.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. So three different types.
Yeah. By the way, Tyven just gave us $5. He says, "Babyface boob fun." There you go. And James Miller says, "If we could find a doctor to do the plastic surgery, we could all spring for the silicone."
All right. Here.
And we're not giving Babyface a choice, right? He has to get the boob job. Because he'll try to flip it on us and get a knob job or something like that. You never know what he would do. But yeah, if we could find a doctor that's willing, that says that they'll do it, then I'll make a YouTube video on it. I think it'd be very interesting. Maybe we can get him those little guns like the Fembots had. Remember the Fembots? Remember that? Huh?
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers, Man of Mystery. So there you go. And Safety Harbor Firearms. Super sticker to get $2. It says, Pierre character putting his hand in front of his own mouth while blushing. So there you go. That's the super sticker, which I can't see here, but you guys probably, I don't know if you all can see that.
I can see it. It's kind of goofy.
Yeah. Lola, if you could see that super, I think that's the first super sticker we ever got.
I've never done that. Yeah, I've never done that before.
Huh? Yeah, screen capture it and text it to me, Lola. Because I can't see it on the system that I'm using. Let's see. James Lawson says, I've been in a CH-53 in the Marines. with a 155 millimeter howitzer slung underneath. Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. Applebite says babyface pea cups. James Miller gave us $10. He says I'll see Tyvan's 5 and raise 10 more. There you go. $15 for boobies for babyface pea. And Kathleen says he needs a manhood enhancement. I'm pretty sure.
How does she know?
I don't know, but let's see. And then James Miller says, "Oops, missed $5." So there you go. He gave us another $5.
So DCG44S says, unlike gun videos, boob job videos are fine on YouTube.
And there's jobs, not jobs, the videos of women breastfeeding their kids and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch all that booby action if you want. I mean, it's like, and then showing how they, the whole, it's like, I just stumbled upon it one day. I'm like, oh dear, look at the size of those things. Oh my gosh.
If it's a rap video, you could do anything. I'm not complaining. Sometimes late at night when Lola's sleeping, I put on the YouTube and I look at hip hop videos just to see the booties bouncing. I mean, I'm a dude. I'm a red-blooded American, just like anyone else.
American.
Yeah, BWE says, are we talking about getting babyface P boob implants or a reduction?
I vote for a reduction.
We got to send some aloe for that burn.
Yeah. So... Listen,
how do we get on this?
I don't know. One thing I do know, Babyface will be looking for his money. I tell you that.
Fun to talk about. Look at all the times you chat and talk about all this crap, and what gets people giving money? Boob job.
For a dude.
On a dude.
Yeah. Jason St. Pierre, he gave us $2. He says, I'm in to fund the tatas. Oh boy. Yeah. And Babyface P said stumbled on it, so I'm not sure what.
I think that's his manhood he stumbles on. He's got to throw it over his shoulder.
Right. He's not Jamaican. So, yeah.
Hey, never mind. I was going to go back to Camilla, but I'm not going back to Camilla.
What do you mean? Because her family were slave owners, and let's see. Yeah, I don't see a problem in that, right?
Where were her? I don't know where were her family slave owners? Where were they slave?
I think on the Jamaican side.
Really?
You mean brothers owning brothers?
Oh, there's a lot of that. I mean, brothers sold brothers into slavery, so
well, yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, whatever. There's a couple shekels,
Yeah. There's even cases. There's cases here in America where there were black people that owned.
Oh yeah.
That owned plantations and had slaves and stuff like that.
Sure.
And you know what I saw that was? I was looking at this. I think last weekend. You know what's interesting? Native American Indians also owned slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that.
Yes, they did. And I was looking. This is crazy. I just came on this. There was this was a long time ago. There was a black news reporter, and he actually did a whole series of videos about how his family used to belong to I think. Well, do you remember what tribe it was? I think the Seminole tribe or something like that, or one of those. Creek, the Creek Indians or something like that, and they belonged to them. Yeah. Because when they were taking Indians, for example, they took Indians out of Florida and other places and relocated them to, what was it, Oklahoma? They were trying to get them to do what everyone else was doing and get plantations, and they had slaves and all that kind of stuff. Eventually, they had to emancipate their slaves. But there's actually case law where Native American tribes were trying to sue the American government to say that they had slavery going all the way back to the beginning of their history, because they were enslaving each other.
Well,
so
yeah. Go back to any group anywhere in the world that was tribal, where there was, one ruled the other. Hell, there was slavery everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
don't matter, you know.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But it's just to make a point, right? And when I was looking at this reporter's interview, he was talking to one of the this female chief of a tribe, and she said, "Yes, we know that we've got a history of slavery, but we don't like to talk about that."
Well, let me give a suggestion to the brothers. The Indians got a lot of money in their casinos. Hint, hint.
Mm-hmm.
Hint, hint.
Should we pull the casinos down?
No, we just
Native
get on the casino reparation trail, brother.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
This is why Walter. This is why they don't like to talk about it.
This is why they need somebody like me, a white guy,
They don't like to talk
plan
about
it
it.
all for them.
Yeah.
But they got that already. They got rich white guys doing this already. So
Yeah.
come on.
So when listen, I think it's very interesting. It's when I'm always having a conversation with people. Once you start going down this path of we're going to go get everyone who has a history that they own slaves, you're going to have to pull a lot of stuff down, including you have to pull down any statues done of Obama. You're going to have to pull it down because on his father's side they own slaves, which his father was African, and on his mother's side they own slaves. So we're going to have to pull all that stuff down. We should just stay out of the tearing down stuff business.
Let's go forward.
Yeah. But I thought it was interesting. If you haven't heard that before, you can Google it. You can look it up. You'll find lots of stuff out there about it. Very interesting. And yes, like Walter said, every human beings believed in slavery.
At one time, someone's enslaved somebody else.
And at this time right now, every race that you can imagine is being enslaved somewhere. And personally, I'm against slavery. Go ahead.
My father and his family were enslaved by the Germans.
Right. Yeah. Slavery is horrible. Slavery is a horrible, horrible thing. And the only way to fight it is to fight it. Right?
Yeah.
That's it. To let the people be able to defend themselves.
Move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but it's just interesting. It's just interesting. You don't see anyone going down and tearing down, a lot of Native American Indian stuff, even though all those tribes own slaves, and even though they went to court to say that it's all documented in history that they did it. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It doesn't meet the narrative.
The young people today that don't read history, don't research stuff, they don't want to hear about that. So
it's not on their video game, so they don't know.
Yeah. I carry my revolver in single action says you'll have dismantled the whole Democratic Party itself. Yeah.
Well, okay. I don't even want to go down this route. This is a waste of time.
Yeah, I agree.
This is old.
Lola, I can't see that thing that you're sending.
You still don't see it?
No, when you send me stuff, just email it to me. So anyway, we'll okay. So Kathleen Music Lover says parts of the Middle East still have slavery. Yes, but in China there's a ton of slavery going on. Places in the Caribbean have slavery. Places here in America.
Let me tell you a little secret here. A lot of Chinamen in this country import Chinese to work for them until they pay their debt. That's kind of indentured servant.
Russians are up to that.
You mean I got to tell my wife and daughter not to get the nails done anymore?
A friend of mine goes into a Chinese restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's this cute Chinese girl working in the restaurant, and he's asking about this cute Chinese girl, and the owner goes, "You can buy her.
That makes me mad.
You have to pay off her debt,
mm-hmm.
and you can have her."
Okay, I emailed it.
Yeah.
Basically, in a nutshell.
We gotta stamp that kind of stuff out. But yes, it's happening. It's happening.
Well,
and
people are desperate to get over here.
Yeah. And right now, everyone is their focus is misplaced, and those kinds of horrible things that are happening, including to children, are not being dealt with. We are still investigating whether or not the Russians try to influence an election and all kinds of crazy, stupid nonsense that we're getting up to. I was looking.
Epstein, politicians. Bill Gates, Bill Clinton.
There's so much.
The list goes on.
There's so much craziness. By the way, here, let me show the pear thing that you put in there. The sticker here. I'll show it for the folks out there. There you go. Oh, it's like a shy pear.
I didn't.
That's
I wasn't sure how that was going to come out. I was hoping I could put some text with it or something.
Yeah, you could. Well, I don't know. I think maybe you could have.
There's another option. If you do the other one, you can put text.
Yeah. So there's so many horrible things going on right now that everyone is completely ignoring.
Yeah, well,
right?
That's the world. That's the way the world works.
Yeah, I was looking at was
that
it the
kid
police
over there.
chief in Chicago, I think, talking about all the violence there, and he was like, maybe when these people are looting and rioting and we arrest them, maybe if you guys press charges, they wouldn't keep looting and rioting. Did you see that?
If you get the Smolinski, Smolins or whatever the fuck his name was, prosecutor, you're not prosecuting anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. You're talking about the
Juicy
juicy.
Smollett.
Yeah, juicy. If you get
Juicy Smollett.
Juicy.
Smollett.
Mhm.
Smollett.
Yeah. Kathy at Music Lover says, desperate to get over capitalist, racist America and form beautiful communist China.
Hang 'em high, Smollett. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
If you don't like the United States, get the heck out. I'm sure we can start a
There
fund
you go.
and get you your travel
Outta here,
funds
You know
to
what
get
I'm
out.
saying? You get on your boat and get the fuck out of here. You know.
Yeah.
Come on.
No one is, America's not trying to keep anyone here.
Yeah, you can leave anytime you want, man.
You're not locked in. You're not
Go down
locked
to
in.
Mexico, hang out
Yeah.
down there. You know, see how
Yeah.
you like it.
Yeah. There's lots of places, man. Lots of places. Africa's wide open, baby.
Oh, they'll take your money. Yeah. Go.
Africa's wide open. You could go any place in Africa you want right now. Settle.
Any color, any climate.
Yeah.
You got it in Africa, man. Go for it.
Yeah, lots of things that you can get away with in America you can't get away with over there, though. Just a little warning.
And if you happen to be anything else besides heterosexual, you might not want to go to Africa.
Yeah. Yeah. Steve Dave says, in Chicago, felons get caught with guns back on the streets in 24 hours. Boom.
Because they got tough gun laws. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, you know all the guns come from other states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's the reason.
Yeah.
Because, and which begs the question is, if they have those guns in other states and they come into Chicago, let's just say we believe this, Bull, how come the same problems don't exist in these other states?
Yeah. Well, you know what's a bigger problem that I just saw recently? I'm interested to get you guys' take on it, and I'll go pull this up from the news. Since we'll do some news stuff. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but apparently America is fueling crime. Guess where? Guess what country America
Venezuela.
is fueling crime in with our guns? Guess what country?
Venezuela.
Venezuela? Nope.
Is it Walter's guns or just America's guns?
Lower Zambezi.
No.
You tell me.
It's a first world country.
Canada. Canada.
No, close, but not Canada. Not Canada.
Mexico. Then.
No, not Mexico. Not Mexico. No. But related to Canada.
What's to Canada?
They have
England.
similar queens. Yes, England.
Oh, England.
England. I'm gonna throw this.
Go ahead, read your thing, and then I'll tell you about the English.
I'm gonna throw this article up here. How American guns are fueling UK crime. So this is a whole article here that we could go through. Handguns are quietly being smuggled into Britain despite tough gun control laws. The police fear that the illegal weapons are contributing to a rise in gang-related crime. And then it's talking about the article goes on here and it's talking about a kid who was 28 when he was killed after an argument over a drug debt of about $50. Just a few miles.
Wait. I can fix this. Don't do drugs.
Yeah. So anyway, so it goes on to this kid who got killed with this gun. It says he is one of a rising number of gun deaths in recent years that have the British authorities worried about an expanding smuggling pipeline from the United States. The gun used to kill Mr. What his name is was a Taurus Model 85. It's banned outright in England. What? What is it, Walt?
The Russians.
Yeah.
Eastern Europeans.
Yeah, I'm going on to read this article, which is obviously very anti-gun, but there's some things in here that they put in here that if you just listen to what they're saying, because, obviously that what they're trying to say with this article, we shouldn't even make guns. That's nonsense. Okay, England. guns are
England?
somehow going from America and getting into England. You can't send a frickin' sandwich over there that doesn't go through customs.
You can't send an American over there. What are you talking about, a sandwich?
So,
I know their customs a lot easier than what it used to be.
so it says, there's a quote here. I think Americans wouldn't believe that something that they produce could affect people like us, said Claire Baines, who was, she was the stepmother of this guy.
No,
If they were,
the English love weapons.
Right.
They
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it says if there weren't all these guns, they wouldn't be seeping out of America all over the world. Wow. So listen, but this article says this. It says gun deaths remain extremely rare in Britain. Excuse me. And very few people, even police officers, carry firearms. But the growing presence of American weapons on the streets, which has not previously been widely reported, this comes as serious violent crime like murders and stabbings has risen sharply. So in England, the stabbings and the beating people to death with bats and all kinds of stuff, that's rising way out of proportion. They got a couple of guns over there from America somehow with all their awesomeness. And by the way, I know you guys
a gun made in Brazil. Hello,
yeah.
Brazil or Brazil like China.
So
Yeah.
did they say the gun was bought in a certain town from a certain FFL, or they're saying Tauruses are built in America and they're getting to England?
I think they're just really stretching here, and obviously they did something in England that has not worked, and they're stretching here to try to come up with an argument. Go ahead, Walt.
Europeans, a lot of stuff comes from Eastern Europeans or Europe in general, not just Eastern Europeans. But.
So exactly. So this is what the article goes on to say here. Hold on, let me throw it back up for folks out there. Okay, most illegal firearms in Britain still come from Europe. It says it right there.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah, but investigators seized hundreds of smuggled American guns last year, a small figure by international standards, though experts say the number that the police do not discover is likely to be far higher.
Good.
You guys remember, do you remember last year we were talking about how there's places in England that are supposed to be making mufflers and things like that, but they were making guns? Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
You can't stop this. The genie is out of the bottle. Let the people in England defend themselves. Give them back. Do you know where the NRA, I think yesterday we were talking about this. The NRA has been around in America since 1871. Do you know where they got their inspiration from to form the NRA?
What, from England?
From England.
I don't.
Because there was an NRA in England.
The English have a history of being warriors and fighters and fighting wars and all this
Absolutely.
stuff. And then you expect that just to go away because you...
Yeah, how do you think a little ass island conquers the planet?
Half the whole fucking world at one time.
Yeah, how's that happen?
The English raped and pillaged every freaking spot you can imagine.
I mean, come on now.
And had a great empire. As soon as they became civilized and socially aware, what happened? Right down the turlet. So,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, so Special K says, sure, guns and knives are still the problem. Aren't they supposed to be a more civilized country? No, this is all just nonsense, man. It's the people. The people. And if the people don't have a gun, they'll find a knife. They'll find a bat. They'll find a brick. They'll use their hands. They'll use cars.
Let's break down the knifing thing and all that and the crime down to demographics. And it would be relative to the number of people they've imported into England. I would fair bet you to say. I would take a big bet on.
Saying.
But you can't say that. Oh no, you can't say that.
You mean like there weren't acid attacks forever?
Oh well, bloody hell! There's no bloody acid attacks in 1943.
There was.
No, there wasn't.
Maybe not in England, but that acid thing has been going. People have been doing the throw acid in the face of the cute chick who rejects you for a long time around the world.
Yeah, and then we used to just take them out and, anyways.
You're going back to caveman now. You're going back to caveman times.
Well,
Caveman times. Yeah.
some-
You know, the cavemen were illegally building clubs. Did you know that? They were illegally
Clubs like
manufacturing
dance
clubs.
I thought they're building dance clubs. Come on.
This is a human being problem that we're having. A
Look,
human being problem.
Get some little boys and girls out in the yard. Let them play in the grass. They're gonna
Yeah.
pick up sticks and they're gonna start pointing them at each other and going, pow 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 pow. And you don't even have to tell them anything. You don't tell them how to do it. You don't have to. They're gonna start whacking at each other with the sticks. It's nature.
Yeah.
It's the way
Yeah. By the way, let me tell everyone out there right now, smash the thumbs ups. No one brings you this kind of news with this kind of entertainment
Nonsense.
and frivolity attached to
Wait.
it better than us.
Apparently, I'm in the chat.
Richard Hughes says, yo, Richard Hughes. Somebody done jacked you, homie. Someone jacked you. They jacked you good. Richard Hughes. Actually, I misquoted. He says, yo, Richie Hughes. How you doing? How you doing over there, Richie Hughes?
over there. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, you know what? I saw your friend. Oh my God, what's the name of? He was the libertarian guy that was on the show.
Larry Sharp.
We saw Larry Sharp in Orlando. Forgot to tell you that.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm gonna enrage you guys a little further here, and then we'll bounce out.
Wait a second. This article is the worst article written in the world.
Yes.
It didn't say a gun, a Taurus, built in, what is it, Chile?
Yeah, no
Nicaragua?
Tauruses are built in America that I know of, right?
Yeah,
Do they
they're-
build anything here? No, I don't think so.
Some Tauruses are made here. Some are still made
Oh,
in
okay.
Brazil. The ones that they
Okay.
can still
But
make there and import, they make over there.
Didn't say that it was bought at this FFL in, Jackson, Florida. And
Well, I was just about to get into that. So let's get into it here. So it says the British police have traced some of the smuggled American guns back to loosely regulated gun fairs in states like Florida. Investigators have also seized American weapons being smuggled on a container ship and hidden in car engines.
Okay, we'll back up. Whoa. Who packed that car in there, and what address is it going to in England?
Yeah.
So most likely some English bloke was over here, and he put
Yeah,
that
might be, Walt.
and then he put his beautiful new Fiat in the
Yeah.
in the container. Yeah.
Yeah, some British guy was over
I guess
here
they're
faking
putting it in the
an
oil
American
pan or
accent. Huh? Say
I guess
that
they're putting it in the oil pan or,
Yeah.
under the air cleaner housing or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, look, it goes on all the time. They catch a fraction of it,
Mm-hmm.
just a little bit of it, Yeah.
Yeah. Rodney Brady says made in Miami and Georgia, and DCG44 says yes, they do, Hank. So some of them are made here.
The ones that they can't import because of our laws, that aren't sporting or whatever, back in '68 or whatever it was when they banned the '68 Gun Control Act, did away with a lot of Saturday night specials and the things that qualify as a Saturday night special, small handguns, things like that. They got to be made here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So obviously this is a hit piece, right? So everyone knows that. But let me go on. It says, now the authorities fear that after Brexit, when the borders with the European Union will be more tightly regulated, the illegal gun trade from America could accelerate, especially given the Trump administration's broad support for the gun industry.
That's
So
fair
you're
talk.
saying Trump supports illegal guns going to the UK?
Yeah, the guy who doesn't support illegal aliens. This is all crazy. And do you want to know under which administrations you actually had people sanctioned by the government transporting guns out of America? It might be the Obama administration and the W. Bush administration before that. That happened. That happened. And now they're buddies. They hang out. And they're all cool now. And everybody's good. They're all immune from anything because they got some little involvements that no one will ever find out about. So anyway, this is one of the most ridiculous things I ever heard. It's in the New York Times if anyone wants to look it up. I thought we should just discuss it a little bit.
Oh,
it's
wait.
batshit
If
crazy.
you told me it was a fiction paper, I would have, I would have thought differently of this.
Yeah.
Once again, as I stated previously, once the British became socially aware and civilized, they lost an empire. Back then, in the old days, all the British had guns. The civilians all had firearms of all shapes and sizes, and nobody was killing each other or spraying acid in anybody's faces. So, hey, that's
yeah.
what it is.
First of all, the article itself admits that most of their problems coming from Europe. That's one. Two, you know where one of the places on the face of this planet that has a whole bunch of guns hidden in farmhouses and in old house walls and all that kind of stuff?
France.
Yeah. Lots of guns in the Europes. Lots of guns out there.
I wonder why.
Lots.
A little bit of history lesson there for you there.
Yeah. I don't know. Something called WW2.
Nazis.
Yeah, the Nazis.
Damn Nazis.
Exactly.
And no commies too. The commies, they'll put that too. Kill a commie from army. Yeah.
So insane. Let's not forget that they have machinery and they make things. So there's that.
What? You could make a gun?
All you need is all you need some 1.5-inch diameter loafer pipe, which is very common. That's the same size as a stem tube, by the way. A little bit of filing, a little bit of cutting. Yeah, You don't need a rifle or barrel. You don't care if the bullet tumbles.
Yeah.
When you're 5 feet away, then
yeah, not important. It's not a big deal. And they already have a bunch of guns over there. England made tons of guns before they made guns illegal. Still lots of guns legal in England. What do you say?
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
22 caliber.
Yeah.
No, there's other guns too. It's just not as easy to get your paws on.
There's lots of guns over there. I was listening to what is the name of the guy that always he was in Shaun of the Dead. Hold on, I gotta find. I'm trying to remember his name right now, but I think it was either Shaun of the Dead or one of those movies that they made. He had Nick Frost. So there's one of these movies that Nick Frost did, and I saw him talking about this somewhere, so I probably won't be able to tell you guys exactly where right now. But Nick Frost, this guy, if you recognize him, he's in Shaun of the Dead, a bunch of other stuff. There was a movie or a TV show that he was doing where he was supposed to have an AK, and he actually got busted in England because he was practicing at home for the movie, and he had on a blindfold. He was taking the AK apart with the blindfold, putting it back together. And he got in trouble over that, right? How did that happen? I don't know. How did that happen? It's America's fault.
No, it's Trump's fault.
It's America's fault.
What it is.
America didn't ship a whole bunch of guns over to England back in WW2 to save their asses. Yeah. Everyone over there would be goose-stepping, to the break of dawn. I don't know, man. I don't know. These kinds of ridiculous things, it's insanity. It's insanity to think that they can actually put that genie back in the bottle and they can actually stop people from wanting to do harm to other people. And what they have done is stopped legal law-abiding people in England from being able to defend themselves. And what they've done is taken away. They never technically had a Second Amendment in England, but the whole idea that you're born with the right to defend yourself came out of England.
The problem is income inequality. If you solve that, then there'll be no more violence.
Okay, right. And how are you going to solve that one?
Make everyone equally as poor.
Yeah, and how are you going to do that? How do you...
everybody's money?
Yes, exactly. Like AOC is calling for that, right?
Yes.
AOC is calling for that. How exactly is she going to get that money out of those grubby... Have you ever met some rich dudes? Have you ever met any rich dudes? Other than Walter, of course. Other than Walter. Have you met any real rich dudes? Do those dudes easily give up their money?
Yeah, sure. Because they're in for the fight. They're Democrats,
What that whole thing about rich people giving back to the thing or giving up their money. Who's fuck's got the right to say how much? If I had $100 billion and I want to sit on my $100 billion and count it.
You got the right.
That's my world. I
Yeah.
ain't gotta give it back to you, unworking mofo's.
Yeah,
No
you
way.
can swim in it like what was the name
Right.
of like Uncle Scrooge, Scrooge McDuck. You could,
Backstroke. Backstroke.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to give it all
swimming
away,
in the women with their own condominiums.
Yeah,
5
if you
plus
wanna
5,
do-
who drives millenniums?
55-gallon drums of cocaine and hookers. That's your world.
Yeah,
You
why
know?
not? Yeah.
Yeah, you know, this idea that you have to give back. You know, you have to give back. It's like that's a commie idea or socialist idea. You got to give back. Oh, you took it from the people. You got to give back. How do you know you took it from the people?
Well, I think in the process of making money, other people make money. I think that's how that works,
If I
right?
hire 100 people to work for me, and I have a house the size of the vehicle assembly building at Kennedy Space Center, I got to have people working on it.
Mhm.
I got to have people putting gas in my airplane and my boat. That's giving back, in my opinion. Sorry.
Yeah, you're buying things from that place. You're
And I'm not like that. I mean, if I had that much money, I'd be teaching people how to do stuff and and all that good stuff. But
who owns? So let me ask you something. Who owns Walmart? Who owns
well, it used
Target?
to be
Who
Sam
owns?
Walton. Or the
Yeah,
Walton
there's
family.
I mean, these people, you make money from spending money, right? That's how you make more money.
Oh, yeah.
And
So
and that's the way this country was founded, on people doing that kind of stuff and making lots of money.
Mhm.
Not this idea where you have to give back.
But you are giving back. The process,
you're
the
employing
process of
people,
doing
yes,
it. Yeah,
yes,
the
yes.
process of doing it. You are spending money and you're giving back. You can't. I was having this conversation with Lola before we started this. Like, what I'm doing here, right? To do this thing that I'm doing here, where trust me, if you don't know, you might think you know, but there's not. We're spending money to do this. Now, this is probably like
I'm laughing at a comment. So
this is a long-term thing that we're doing, but we got to rent something here. I got to drive in here, which means I'm buying gas, doing this thing and that thing over here, right?
look at what you're driving.
You drive the Suzuki, so it doesn't cost a whole lot, right?
Yeah, I drive a used Volkswagen most of the time. But listen, the whole process of doing it, you have to spend money. There's no way around that.
Even if you stop at the 7-Eleven and get a Slurpee, somebody's got to be there taking
Yep.
your money, right? If you didn't
Yep.
stop and everybody didn't stop, that person wouldn't have a job, right?
Yeah. I'm paying taxes by renting this place here. I got to pay taxes in Gainesville whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
Even though I don't live here. They take it from you.
Yeah, well,
So now that's me getting out there and doing things and doing it for a long time and spending more money that I'm making so that one day somewhere down the line I've built something, that's generating something. You cannot build that fortune without spending money in order to build that thing up. So, by the way, shout out to all the people who got my little rap reference there. Rodney Brady says, all about the Benjamins, baby. Special K also got it.
Like I said, this thought, and mainly this thought of this thing about the rich people comes from the people that are jealous.
Mhm.
Or envious, I should say.
Mhm.
So, they're rich. They should be giving back. Well, how'd they get rich? Did they get rich because of business they had?
But
Did
it's
they get rich
easy.
because-
It's easy so a lot of these guys who are talking that smack. It's easy for them to say that because they know that they'll never get the money out of them. So it's easy to talk all that nonsense because they know they're zipped up tight. Nobody's getting their money. A lot of wealthy people. So if you look at Bill Gates, for example, has the Bill Gates Foundation. So basically, he puts a lot of his money over in the Bill Gates Foundation. He gets exempted from taxes, but he's running the foundation. So all the money's going in there. That foundation can own things. He could hire people, pay people money, control the money, who the money goes to, use that money in the foundation to give it to like the Clintons, and then control them. And
they
it's
can
all
go to
sewn
Epstein
up.
Island.
Yeah, it's all sewn up. So if anyone believes that fallacy that you're going to somehow get the wealthy people, that's not actually how it works.
Yeah.
So
It sounds good, but it's not. It's not realistic. So.
yeah.
All right. Off to wealthy people.
Yeah. By the way, let me just, before we get off of it, you guys saw that's a problem, obviously, in New York City, right?
Wealthy people.
Oh, the rich people leaving?
Yeah. So here's let me see. I'll throw this one in here. This has nothing to do with the kangaroos in the video, but New Yorkers keep moving out of the city to the suburbs and other states. The exodus that has begun at the start of the coronavirus outbreak, with many New Yorkers departing to their beach and country homes, has continued unabated as more leave for good, according to city moving companies overwhelmed by the avalanche of would-be expats. So this picture here is just showing people stacking up boxes to get the hell out of Brooklyn or wherever this is. No, this is this is moving boxes stacked in the front of an Upper West Side brownstone.
I was gonna say it looks like Park Slope, but
yeah. So people are fleeing the city in droves, says Moon Salahi, owner of Elite Moving and Storing in Yonkers, who has been working nonstop since the city began phase 1 of its reopening in June. Salahi said 90% of the moves are to the suburbs and mostly families with kids worried about the school year. He's packed people out of neighborhoods all over Manhattan. So you know, we could just go deep into this, but this is happening all over the country, by the way.
Wait. They should be happy. We're talking about reverse gentrification, so everybody should be happy now, right? Because when Harlem was getting gentrified, that was something awful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, white people moving into Harlem?
Is that what that means?
Can I say that?
I guess why not?
Pushing up the property values to push out the natives?
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say I'm a real sticks and stones guy, but if everybody gets butthurt over certain terms and phrases, gentrification is very frickin' offensive.
I you know what? Let's just call it like it is. You know, whatever. You know, I mean,
it's real estate to me, man.
Yeah, it's evolution. Is what it is.
I mean, I was living in New York, where Brownstone in New York, I remember, because a friend of mine, this guy that I worked with, he bought a bunch of those brownstones, right? Because these things were crack houses and stuff like that. They were dilapidated, and basically there was a time you could buy that stuff for $1, right? And by the way, no one actually owns the land. You own the building. The government, the city of New York, owns the land. But so there was a time there when I remember when those things were selling, fixed up for $40,000, $60,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well,
those are multi-millions or whatever today. But if you have that kind of money, why do you want to stay in New York where you can't do anything?
And you're taxed the fuck out of everything.
Yeah. What's the point? Yeah. You know, and then someone living in the country somewhere is rocking and rolling, and you could go you can go out. You don't have to wear masks.
You don't have to bring your gun, your bazooka when you go outside.
You know, I mean, it's just logic. People don't want to do it. You're in the city. You're in New York City. You're there, and then you see everyone's tearing it down. Same thing with Chicago. Why do you want to stay there? You're the enemy. You can't have nice things there. You know, people just think like, oh, everything's free now. We could just smash windows and take whatever we want. Why do you want to stay there with your family? It doesn't make sense, right? So, yeah.
Babyface. Whites going in is gentrification. Whites leaving is white flight.
Whites going. Yeah, he says whites going in is gentrification. Whites leaving is white flight. Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
So it's bad either way.
You can't win.
Reality is reality. You know that, right?
And everything is like
yeah, reality is reality. So if at the end of the day, the people who are living there realize we're not welcome, and when things go wrong here, we'll be walking down the street and people will be knocking us out and doing whatever they want and destroying our businesses, like, why would they stay? They'll go like, you can have it. You can have it. Let's see if you'll run a business here. If you'll do this here. If you'll pay taxes and deal with this nonsense here.
To live on Fifth Avenue if they're burning it the frick down on a nightly basis. You can order the fine stuff you like on Amazon and have it sent out to your house in the Hamptons.
Yeah. Also, you for a lot of things, you don't have to work in the city or whatever. You don't have to do all these things. Even if you have a business, why even do it in New York? I don't know.
All that in New York City could end in a week. Finished.
Yeah.
Now, it won't be pretty. It won't be fun, but it'll be over in a week. And it'll be over in Portland in a week.
Look, Giuliani and Bill Bratton cleaned up Manhattan, and everybody.
Whether you like it or not, they did.
Whatever.
I know.
Corrupt
mofos.
Mofos.
I know, but I went there before and I went there after, and you didn't smell pee everywhere. So I'm just gonna say, that's all I'm gonna say.
They could have it.
I went there when Dinkins was in charge, and everything smelled like a sewer. So.
Yeah, Dinkins had no. He just didn't have the steel for it. But listen, it's New York, Chicago, places like this. There's always corruption. This is just how a lot of these things work, right? And who needs it? By the way, someone says they're having a hard time hearing Walter and Richard. I don't know if that's for everyone. I'm hearing you guys fine. Lola, if you're listening in, let me know, because I think we worked out
I haven't heard too much of this stuff.
Yeah. Tyven Show says this, and then we'll move on from this one. He says, our company has Ucrate, and people are sending their household goods to Florida in epic proportion. There's a lot more people leaving New York than what's being told.
All right, all you New Yorkers coming down to Florida here, let me give you a little news. We don't need your New York ways here. What that means is we don't need no more New York Democrats down here. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like it or not, Florida, You'll fuck Florida up just like you fucked up New York if you do that stuff.
Am I still too loud? I thought am I still too loud? I don't know if that's the problem, but let me know.
I think this is a conspiracy, a George Soros conspiracy. See, New York City, New York State is Democrat. And basically any vote more than 51% is a waste. So it doesn't matter that there's 75% Democrat. They're wasting 25% of that. Mm-hmm. So you force the people out into Florida, Texas, these blue or purple places, and turn them blue because they're going to take their evil Democrat ways with them and Democrat. Then you can affect the whole country and turn the entire country blue.
Unless the people figure out what you're up to.
Yeah.
Unless they vote Cuomo out and get rid of Big Bird in New York City.
Yeah. I don't know if Cuomo is such a big hero anymore. I don't know if, maybe people were looking at that in the beginning, but there's lots of people. Yeah, no one in New York is saying that right now.
How many old people died in the things? In the nursing home? How many old people?
Nursing home situation.
Now, if you passed in the walls of the nursing home, it counted as a nursing home death. Uh-huh. But if you were in the nursing home and suffering for 95% of the time there and, KO'd in the hospital, that didn't count as a nursing home death.
Yeah.
So they're just jiggering the numbers to make Cuomo not look as bad.
Mm-hmm. They're what near the numbers?
Jiggering?
Rejiggering?
Jiggering. I've never heard that term before.
You never heard that?
No.
Oh. Okay. You're just a savage then. You're not cultured and educated like me and Richard.
Come to the cave with me, woman. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it looks like. It is a butcher knife too. Right. And this is actually from England, by the way. Speaking of England, this is.
Hold on. Let's see that. How old is that?
It has a date on it. It is 1951.
Oh, okay. That's actually newer than I thought.
And it has a broadhead arrow on it, that means it's military. So yeah, I picked it up at a garage sale here right in Safety Harbor there. You know what I'm saying?
Safety Harbor.
Safety Harbor, yeah.
In the harbor.
For all you people coming down there from up north,
in the harbor.
Yeah.
Just over there in the harbor.
Don't fuck my harbor up. You hear what I'm saying?
Don't park in the harbor.
Yeah. And to give you advice, and unless otherwise posted, 25 miles per hour in all of the harbor, so be careful.
Yeah.
And the popo's out.
Oh boy. Okay, let's see. What else should we go into here? We've talked about how New York City's do.
Saw.
Yeah. No, rejiggered is a thing. People, come on. Okay, if you've never heard the word rejiggered, let us know right now.
I've never heard the word rejiggered, so I'm a rejiggered virgin.
Yeah. Have you ever? Okay, so for example, your dangly bits are a little bit out of place. You rejigger them.
Let's see here. Let me see what happens.
It's called rejiggering.
Okay, I'm feeling a good.
Sometimes you do the hands-free rejiggering. Do the. Kathleen Music Lover says you guys sound like you're from Baston.
Bastard.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I worked for Bill Bratton at a company called Carco. He'd say Carco.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's where Larry and I met.
Yeah. So Imposter, I think, is having some audio issues, but I'm not sure if that goes out to everyone. So. Yeah.
Special K says what? Getting jiggy? I think that's a different.
Yeah, that's a different thing. Getting jiggy with it. Yeah. That's a whole other. That's a whole other thing. Yeah.
I haven't been jiggered in ages. Is that what you're laughing at?
Who said that? Who said it?
Kathleen Music Lover. I gotta turn it on.
So? Somebody did.
Okay. I haven't seen that one yet. That hasn't popped up in my. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. She says she hasn't been jiggered in ages. Sometimes you got to jigger yourself, you know. It's just just clean the pipes out, you know. Yeah. Do you want me to look this up? Do you want me to look it up so we
It's
can...
okay. I'll take your word for jiggering. You know what I'm saying?
Look it up in the Urban Dictionary.
Yeah. Here, I'll pull it up. I'll go search
Is
it
it still
right
politically correct to say jiggering?
Yeah. Just if it sounds like something else and that's why it's tickling your funny bone. Just don't get it mixed up. That's all I can say.
Well, yeah, don't get too angry or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, so it's, let's see. I think it's, here we go. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up for you, Walter. I'm putting it up on the screen right now. Hold on. Okay, so rejigger, REJIGGER. Organize something differently, rearrange. He rejiggers his stump speech ever so slightly to fit the crowd. There you go, rejigger.
I'm sorry.
The guys from New York. The New Yorkers.
I'm relearning something every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, forget about it. Now you know.
Forget about it.
The more you know, now you know. There you are. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Richard, where do you call home on the East Coast here? Where's your home?
I'm in Jupiter, Palm Beach County.
Oh, Jupiter. Okay, so you're south of where? Jupiter. Where's Jupiter? Where's the relation to the Space Coast or Space?
Yeah, that's 100 miles north of me. If you're talking like BW.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Because I was touting someone who's running for District 27 in Florida. Yes, last night.
Yeah.
He's in Deltona to the coast. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. But anyways.
Yes. There you go. So for anyone out there that's in that, what was his district again?
District 27.
District 27.
He's running for the Florida House District 27 seat.
There you go. Webster Barnaby.
Webster Barnaby. I know him from
conservative.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Made a little family shot there. Got a real family. Son's in the military.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. He's kind of the underdog in the race. Coming up here on the 18th in Florida, there's a primary. So if you're in District 27, go out and support Webster Barnaby.
I don't know if you have early voting everywhere, but
they probably do.
There's early voting also.
Mm-hmm.
I support the walking in and voting on the day kind of thing. You know, I think you lose part of the whole thing when you do this vote by mail stuff and all that.
Yeah, vote by mail. No, but at least Palm Beach County, go in and vote in person, but early.
Yeah. And don't be scared of getting no COVID-19 when you go to vote. Don't get caught up in that Democratic mantra garbage. You ain't gonna catch no COVID.
If you can't listen, I early vote. I early vote if I'm not going to be in town. So what?
Well, yeah,
only Democrats get COVID-19 when they vote.
Well, bless their hearts.
Get it.
Richard Hughes spreading that fake news.
Bless their hearts. I hope they have a nice COVID-19.
We'll see. It's going to be an interesting election.
October, there's going to be a Florida tour of Tyven and his wife.
In October?
Are they going to? Yeah. Tyven, man, put some damn Band-Aids on your gas tank this time.
Yeah, don't burn down the highways here in Florida.
I mean, like this flaming Tyven show.
Yeah. You know what? Tyven was born to be Florida man. Do you know that?
Yes.
He was born to be Florida man burns down highway.
He said he wanted to go to Hooters with Walter. That would be his big thrill.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That could be arranged.
Yeah,
that could be arranged. Maybe get Tyven to meet Melissa. You know.
No, I say no to that. I disapprove that message. No, I'm just kidding.
I went last Saturday.
Still can't get a job in England because he was in America and they're worried about him having AIDS and COVID.
Whatever, that's not true. That's fake news. We're not even going to repeat that.
Okay, what else are we going to talk about?
So, okay, let's see. What other news stuff do we have? Okay, so I saw Military Arms Channel talking about this, and this has been out for a little while. But Trichicon sues HoloSun Technologies over alleged RMR and SRO patent infringement. What? So here it goes. The suit is specifically pointed at two of Trichicon's optics and the alleged violation of HoloSun in producing optics that violate Trichicon's patent. The Trichicon ruggedized miniature reflex RMR, which is a popular red dot optic usually found on pistols, is referenced in the docket along with the newer Trichicon specialized reflex optic SRO as being examples of how the HoloSun optics are infringing upon the patent. So, Walt, I think you said you saw this.
Yeah, saw it last week actually.
Yeah. Any thoughts on this? Any thoughts? And we had someone from HoloSun on, I think 2 weeks ago or something.
Oh, the only thing I would, if HoloSun had copied the internals and repackaged the outside, that could be a problem. But the two of them don't look the same. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not like you tried to knock off a Glock. Looks, just because people buy it looks like a Glock, which Glock has had that problem with the Wesson in the past. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if the internals are a knockoff, then HoloSun's got a problem. But I hope they're not that dumb.
Yeah, and listen. I understand the people protecting their intellectual property rights and all that kind of stuff. I'm not an expert. I wouldn't know here. I did see this. Like I said, Mac had a post about it, which I'll share with you guys. I'll throw it up here on the screen. So this is a meme, and he's got some people fighting in here, and one of them's got Trichicon, one's got HoloSun. So Trichicon and HoloSun are fighting, and Aimpoint is taking a picture of the fight. And he says Trichicon is suing HoloSun for violating their 541 patent. What's interesting is that I'm not aware of similar suits being filed against SIG, Doctor, Sightmark, Meprolite, Vortex, Lopol, Bushnell, etc. I'm not a lawyer, nor do I play one on the internet, so I'm likely missing something important. Anyway, this meme cracked me up. And it is a funny meme, so.
I mean, once again, if the internals are a knockoff, then they have something to go on. But if the internals aren't a knockoff, the externals aren't a knockoff. I don't know what, unless they're just doing
you're telling me they're all made on the same Chinese production line and the same Chinese factory.
Is Trichicon stuff made in China also?
I don't know that for the fact. I don't know that. I know some of Eotech stuff has been. Yeah. Because I have an inside source on that, but.
And there might have been some reverse engineering here, but overall, I think the big problem, the reason why they're not going after the other guys, is basically HoloSun is taking a big share of their market.
Well, is it the same customer though?
I think they're losing. Look, I think Trichicon typically has those those Super TAC Pro dudes, that are buying their stuff. Or the next level, the elite gun guys kind of thing. But I think over the years here, HoloSun has really stepped up over the last few years. And I'm seeing a lot of competition guys and even some of those elite pro user people or whatever going over to HoloSun. And I think that they're starting to get some law enforcement, military contracts, etc. So you're seeing this, I think, because before Trichicon wasn't really losing that much business. And they were making up whatever they were losing just in the prices they were charging. But it's kind of flipping and going the other way now. So, boom, here you go. They're,
Yeah.
They got to settle this one in court. So
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, why not go after some of the others?
yeah, good question. I think that's a good question. Good point from
Well, it's
Mac
always
on that
deep
one.
pockets.
Unless there's some part of that Hollow Sun that they've knocked off directly from Trijicon. I wouldn't think they'd go to all the trouble of suing them if there wasn't something.
Yeah.
Unless they just want to try to sue them out of business. But
Yeah. But listen, this is just a practice of how things go down in business, and some you get it. Like, I understand it in some cases why you get these lawsuits. I think some of them on the flip side of that are kind of frivolous, and I won't pretend to know what's going on here. You know what? To go back to what we were talking about when we first started cars, I saw this video talking about, either one of you guys ever heard of B is for Build?
Yeah, sure.
They do car videos on YouTube, pretty big channel. So they were doing a build where they got an old...
Eleanor.
Yeah, Eleanor. They were doing an Eleanor build where they got an old Mustang, and then they got a new Mustang, and they were resto modding it to look like an old Mustang with new Mustang parts. And then there's a company that owns the rights to the name Eleanor. So because they called it Eleanor, that company sued them. They had to remove their videos from YouTube. It has nothing to do with Eleanor from the movies, the car they were making. Nothing to do with it.
Well,
they just messed up and called it Eleanor
Well,
instead of,
all right.
did they mess up on it, or did they?
Well, they might have named it Eleanor because Eleanor is a popular name of a Mustang from the movies, but this Mustang is not related to the Eleanor Mustang because it's a resto mod.
So here's the legal issue. And don't get me wrong, I'm all in for B is for Bill. Because I love what they do. They do really cool stuff. That was a crazy build that they were doing, and I would have loved to have seen it finished. He was doing a lot of interesting things there. And I was shocked when I saw him go on and say that, hey, I'm pulling the videos, and basically, I think he had to turn the car over to them.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
That's the crazy part. The company came and got the car they were building. The company took possession of that car.
Here's the legal issues on it. And apparently I think Donut Media did a video on this that was pretty good, explaining a lot of it.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Okay. So one is the character name. So Eleanor is a character name. Now, what they actually registered was the 1965 movie, which was a Mach 1. It was a cool, what was it, 65 or 67 fastback, whatever it was. But because it's called Eleanor and it's been in the movie, they still have the rights to that.
Yeah.
Now,
so another car person out there. So let's say, for example, I was doing the build of my Samurai, and I call my Samurai Eleanor. They'll sue me too, and they'll probably take the videos down and come get the Samurai.
So
because I can't call it Eleanor because it's a car.
Yeah, Illinois was a Mustang originally, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but
And
they own the
working on their
copyright.
Mustang. I don't care what they were doing. They were doing a Mustang, right?
No. But this is from the movie. They went after these guys because they're on YouTube and they're building a car and they're calling it Eleanor. This is copyright, not trademark.
Yeah. They're making money off the Eleanor name.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
here's the issue. I think they could have broached it in a, B is for Build hasn't come out with any details. Pretty much what was said in the Donut Media video is all that's out there. There've been a couple of guys in the car YouTube field that made videos on this, but you know what? They could have not been total jackwagons, and they could have said, "Hey, give me 20 grand, and enjoy your day. Tell me what your YouTube revenue is. Give me a cut of that, and let's sell the car to a charity auction or whatever." And they could have done so many non-completely dick moves, but they went straight for the dick move.
Go ahead, Walt. So this is Tyven Show. Tyven Show is saying, Hank, I was told they built that car for them. It was in their contract. It was all just a staged event for YouTube. That's what Tyven Show is saying. Tyven, do you have any proof of that? Because if B for Build actually clickbaited its audience like that, I don't think anyone will ever watch B for Build.
I know one thing. It would have had an electrical problem as they're leaving with it.
Why do you say that?
And the whole thing would have went up in smoke.
Oh yeah. If they confiscated for Walter, yeah.
Oh, there would have been a terrible.
Terrible boating accident.
And it just would have burned right there as the wrecker's trying to pick it up.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it's true what Tyven is saying, that it's all just a publicity stunt. I don't know, but I guess that could be true.
So B is for Build is doing another.
You can't call your car build the Coca-Cola build. You can't call your whatever build you're building the Glock. Mm-hmm. You can't. I mean, there's certain things you just don't do if somebody else owns that name. You know, you got to look at it that way. I think they can be nice and you can license it, or they can be a prick and make your day real bad. So I don't know.
I don't think anybody knew that this was going to happen. I think, look, we all know the movie. We all, doing that kind of mashup of the old car with the new internals is very cool. The name, of course, reminiscent of the movie car. I could all see it very innocently. It's not like he intended to make money off this.
Yes.
By using the Eleanor name.
So here's the thing. If you're gonna do something like that, I mean, it's too late now. Like Tyven said, it could have been all a publicity stunt to get us to talk about it. At the same time, if these guys are out there doing that to anyone making cars and calling them Eleanor, why not just call it Helenor or
right.
El No More or something like that?
And why not?
Call it anything
because
at all.
There's not the relationship, the direct relationship. That's why.
So
what?
Yeah. So it sucks if it's true. If it's true, it sucks for them. So by the way, and so just says, and EMPs will disable all Glocks. And Tyven Show says, all I can say, it's a rumor.
Just let this be a lesson for other folks.
Yeah.
Not to try to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Because all it takes is one really greedy lawyer or one really really angry trademark or copyright person that says, "Fuck, you're not doing that. I don't care how much work you put in it. I'm not gonna do it." So
I believe when I was looking at the Donut Media video, they were saying that the people who own the rights to the name Eleanor had done this to other people.
Yep.
They'd sued other people.
Sure.
So look, sometimes this is what you do. Sometimes you got to protect your for the right reasons, protecting your intellectual property. Sometimes companies use this to just take other people out. Like, why wouldn't they say, "Hey guys, don't use that name. Take that name off your thing. Call it whatever else you want." I don't know.
Like, pull down your videos, re-edit them, take out the name Eleanor.
Yeah, it's a big dick move, but whatever.
There's a bunch of ways they could have sliced this problem up and had everybody come out a winner, and they chose the extreme, jackwagon way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let me. Babyface sent me this. Let's roll this in here so we could talk about this. I'll throw it up from my phone. This is from Vice. The post office is deactivating mail sorting machines ahead of the election. Good thing no one's predicting a huge surge in mail anytime soon. United States Postal Service is removing mail sorting machines from its facilities around the country without any official explanation or reason given. Motherboard has learned through interviews with postal workers and union officials. In many cases, these are the same machines that will be tasked with sorting ballots, calling into question promises made by Postmaster General Louis DeJoy that the USPS has ample capacity to handle the predicted surge in mail-in ballots. And so that's, I mean...
The only problem here is we all know the U.S. postal system has run perfectly until Donald Trump decided to destroy it.
It's been pretty much crap. It's been pretty much crap.
Listen,
the voting system in America was always perfect until now. No, I seem to remember Al Gore, Florida, hanging chads.
The voting system in America is perfect unless a Republican wins.
Yeah.
That there was cheating.
We got what we got. Let's get this. Let's do this election thing, man. You know what? I'm ready for this year to end. This is the year from hell.
Total. I'm ready to cash in this year.
Yeah. This is just one of those crazy years that we'll be telling our grandkids about.
Well, although the crap economy helped me, I refinanced the house for like a point lower.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Congratulations on that.
Another white person taking advantage of disadvantage. See,
yeah. Did you take over a formerly black neighborhood over there in Florida, Richard Hughes?
Well, Walter, you might benefit from this. I'm skipping a month rent mortgage payment, and that month is exactly what a really nicely set up SHTF 50 costs.
Make sure you use the Hex Strange code.
I need some more welfare kind of money. That's my welfare money. Come on. My government cheese money. We had a surgeon business when people got their checks, man.
Okay.
I'm not for that stuff. To be honest with you, I think we need to get back to work instead of handing out money.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to spend your money and you want to buy a pistol or a gun, I don't know. If you want to do a transfer, we do a lot of transfers too. Come and see me. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Walter would so love to, to show off about his Trump money in the future. So far he's only been able to show off about the Obama money.
Obama bucks. Paid off my house, paid off 2 cars. 3 cars, actually. So, come on.
Yeah, I got a nice little Rollie.
I got a Rolex. I got Omega.
Papa needs a brand new Rollie. Come on.
I got a couple new shooters. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
What's Clover saying there?
Clover Tax says, I have a white folder of blackmail material on FlyingRich. If anyone is interested, we'll sell it for $1 billion. Good luck to you. Bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
I got to talk to John Trump. I told him he wasn't supposed to let that folder out.
Yeah. Good luck getting. I'm sure that FlyingRich has a fake $1 billion somewhere.
Him and Ty.
Yeah, look at there goes all the fake monies. You got to do the phone. You got to do the phone thing, Rich. Otherwise, you're not cool.
Why am I not seeing Richard? I'm not seeing Richard myself.
Oh, I don't know, but no, you got to do. Do you know what I'm talking about? The phone, Rich. You got to put all those as stacks together and act like it's a cell phone. So you stack them up together. Yeah, you don't have enough stacks, man. Your cell phone's skinny. That's not how you do it. It's still skinny. It's still skinny. You need to put more stacks on that phone. Come on now.
I only have a couple of real hundreds.
Yeah, okay, well, all right, don't worry about it then. You're not a real baller, son.
Gaspar got my other real hundreds.
Oh. Len Holt says, whatever you do, don't use the Hex Strange discount, just saying.
Hank, did you get those fluid traps I sent to your house?
No, I didn't.
No?
Absolutely 100% no. I have no knowledge of anything that Richard Hughes is saying.
I know nothing.
Clover Tax says sold. He'll take that.
$5.
He'll take that. Yeah.
Caffeine Music Lover.
Right. Wait. What happened?
Catholic Music Lover offered him $5.
Yeah. Oh, that's why he said sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Richard's image on the screen, man.
I don't know. I can still see him.
I can see you fine. I can see me fine. I just got an RH on mine. So.
Oh no, he's here. He's showing up. He's showing up on the thing. If you look in the feed, you'll see him there. Let's see what else we got. What other news? Any gun stuff going on?
That is so far behind. That's wow.
I'm trying to see, have any new guns come out? I'm guessing like all the new stuff is gonna come out now slowly.
Not at the SHOT.
No,
I was gonna say at the SHOT Show, but that's all in debate.
Yeah, that's not official that the SHOT Show's canceled, but.
Oh, there's Richard Hughes. There you go.
Yeah.
I know what's not canceled.
What?
Iraq veteran.
Oh, okay. Yeah. When is that? When is that show? October?
October 3rd and 4th.
There you go. And
It's still on?
Still on.
Okay. How many
Yeah,
people
not-
are going
not
up there
Richmond.
with you?
I don't know. I don't know. I was going to bring Chris Illog, but now I'm kind of questioning that.
Oh. You're gonna
I
bring
don't have
Chris.
To go to Knob, I don't have to go to Knob Creek, so
Oh. You got to think of where you're going off to.
somebody just told me something's going on beginning. Oh, oh, that's right. Tyvan's coming down beginning of October. Is that because he's going to that?
Nah,
Oh, you're not
Ivan
saying.
said he wasn't going to go.
Okay.
Oh.
He's just probably on his vacation.
Yep.
You know, just on his vacation there. Let's see. So, anyone see any new guns?
New to me, gun.
I'm trying to see what new guns have you gotten, Richard Hughes?
Well, this weekend I got the SIG P65 SAS.
Okay, what's the SAS?
That's the SIG anti-snag system.
Okay.
It means there's no snags.
Okay.
It comes with a built-in Reprolite sight.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't shot it yet, so I'm real excited to go out and shoot that. So that's my gun, and of course I had to buy a gun because my wife wanted a Glock 43, and Gaspar, our TS guy, sold me his Glock 43 for my wife.
Mm-hmm.
So and we're doing some training in the future at the Bearded Black Cowboy in Gainesville, Texas.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So,
all right.
So the wife and I are going out there.
Okay, very cool. Let's see. Dan Davis says there was a diesel mechanic on YouTube that got visited by the ATF. And why was that? Did he get some automotive screws, quote unquote?
Who got automotive screws?
I don't know. Well, because I saw that Dan Davis says there was a diesel mechanic on YouTube that got visited by the ATF. I'll have to look that up. I didn't hear about that. Let me see if I can look it up.
Oh, I saw part of that video, but it was just dragging on too long to be too interesting.
Yeah, go ahead, Walt.
The whole thing is kind of. Is it? I guess if they come knocking on your door, what are you gonna do? You just okay, here it is. Have a nice day, because they're gonna threaten you with all kinds of stuff. But really, it's not finished. You can't use it as they think intended, and it's conditioned that it arrives. So, I don't know.
Yeah. So I think go ahead.
You don't have enough. The average Joe doesn't have enough money to take him to court and fight it. To just hand it off to him and have a nice day.
Yeah, Dan Davis says he bought legit oil filters, and James Lawson says bought too many oil filters. And Len Holt says he ordered a bunch of diesel oil filters. And Kathleen Music Lover wants to know what automotive screws are. I'll let you explain that, Walter. Without incriminating yourself, hopefully.
I've seen an envelope arrive with the term automotive screws on it. From China.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly, yes.
Yeah, allegedly. Let me just tell you guys something. I can't really give you all details about this, but I know that I was working on something with John Crump on a story, and I could tell you. So do you remember, I think last year sometime, the New York Attorney General went after the companies making 80% lowers and sending them to New York. Now, those are still legal in New York, but they're trying to make them illegal. And the New York Attorney General was trying to get companies to stop sending stuff out there. So what we're starting to hear now is that there are police officers knocking on people's doors in New York looking for those guns. So if you have those guns in New York and they are finished and functioning, you could potentially get yourself into some really hot water felonies. There's some cases like that where that came up in New York. And when I know when Crump looked into it, there were basically, in one case we were looking at, there were two companies that someone was getting stuff from. One of them said, we categorically do not give out any information to anyone, like, you know, of the sales of
Right.
our stuff. And then one of the companies says we cannot confirm or deny anything. So that company probably, likely, allegedly, if you want to put it in something, actually gave up info you know, to some agency, maybe the New York Attorney General or something like that. And then those people are using those lists to go around and see who has those things, who completed them, etc. So you might want to be aware of that. We didn't put up the story because that person didn't really want to go public with this, but it's happening. So
Whoa.
if
I
you're in
think
New
Gunther
York,
Gadgets went public with the story.
he did. Okay, what did he say?
He said basically that, and the other company, I won't name their name, but they said they would comply with whatever lawful order, you know, like that any lawful actions from the Attorney General of New York.
Yeah.
So it pretty much sounded like they ratted that.
Yeah.
Lawful actions.
Yeah, you want to be careful. If you're buying that stuff, one, I would suggest you don't finish it. I know there's someone here saying that they have one, but it's on their pistol permit. It's different for every state that you're in and all that kind of stuff, and what you have to do.
If you live in a place where you're not supposed to have those types of things, yes, we don't have that problem in Florida, so.
Yeah. But you could potentially have that problem anywhere. Let's be honest, right? You know, anywhere could flip their laws around and then say, hey, we want lists of people who have these things, and then start tracking those people down, knocking on people's doors. Look, you know, people always say we're fear-mongering. This is the reality of what's happening.
No,
it's
but
actually
when they're
happening.
knocking on your door and taking your stuff and then coming back later and arresting you, or saying, we'd like you to come down to the station and then arrest you.
First thing, you don't
answer the door.
Secondly, don't let them in your house.
Yeah, don't let them in. Don't give them anything. Get a lawyer.
And you don't have to answer any questions either. You just stand.
Yeah, don't let them in. You know, if they have a warrant or something, tell them to wait for your lawyer to get there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so listen.
Because it was a week later, didn't you know?
Yeah, James Lawson says, how is it lawful action if it's a legal item? It gets complicated depending on where it is. In New York, you can't finish those things. You can't own pistols or rifles. Like, you have to get a permit for everything that you own in New York. So you could technically, legally in New York City, for example, probably, and I'm not a lawyer, and no one on this panel is, but you could have an 80% something, and it's a piece of plastic. I think you have a problem when you finish that thing. If you finish that, depending on where you are, you could have an issue, especially if the company that you're getting this thing from is giving out information to law enforcement agencies about who's buying their stuff, right? And so you can wind up with a visit. You probably want to think about that. So, yeah, I hate to put a downer on everyone's day. But that is going on. We didn't. I mean, I know that John went all the way to writing a story because someone came to me. I referred them to John. We checked it out. John wrote a story. Him and I did something. Spent a lot of time yesterday working on it, and then I think I was talking about that yesterday on the show, and then we pulled it at the last minute because obviously that person is worried about that. And you know, at the end of the day, I don't want to make things more difficult for people out there, but this kind of stuff's happening, and I don't think it's going to stay just inside of New York. I mean, there's other states that people are not paying attention to, not voting, paying attention to what's going on there, and, you know.
New York's bad, though.
It is bad. It is bad.
New York is, they're bad. It's just bad. I mean, the NRA thing, you got that. There's probably 10 other things going on in New York at the same time.
I mean, and the NRA thing is kind of like a strange bird, right? Because...
But it's all part of the same bird.
Yes, it's part of the same bird, but the NRA,
part of the same plan.
Yeah, the NRA called a lot of that down on themselves. So I don't know if I have a lot of sympathy, empathy, or whatever thees you want to throw at that one.
I don't have anything for them.
Yeah.
How bad is it when I agree with the Attorney General of the state of New York about the NRA?
But that's not the problem I have with all this shit. It's not it's an agenda.
Yes. Oh yeah.
It's agenda driven. It's not legally. It's not legal driven.
Well-
they don't go after. They don't go after all these. They might, but they don't do it like they do for all these other weird little groups, religious groups, these charity, quote unquote charity groups.
Are you thinking?
Is Clinton Foundation in New York?
I don't know. Walter, wait a second. Are you thinking a New York Attorney General might be political and doing stuff for political reasons and might be corrupt? Like Giuliani was? I don't know.
Oh, stop it. Fuck that. Giuliani did not go after NRA. Stop that.
He didn't go after NRA. He did a lot of corrupt
He did
stuff.
not go after NRA. Did not have to go after people owning firearms in the state of New York.
He did a lot of corrupt stuff, though. He did a lot of corrupt
But
stuff.
you're bringing apples and oranges. It's not.
Yeah, I'm just saying that in New York,
We're in different times than Giuliani's time. Okay, we're in a
the same
whole
time.
different. That was pre-Obama. Okay.
What do you mean? There's no corruption in New York.
So hold on a
Post-Obama,
second.
There's a whole race
what's
in
the
this whole
difference?
country.
Wait.
Oh,
What's the difference in the world pre-Obama and post-Obama? I would just like to know.
All I want you to do is look at all these places where the quote attorney generals are going after people. St. Louis, New York, numerous others, and just observe things. And that's all I'll say.
Okay.
I'll back out. And I'll
No,
just say
I'm just
observe.
saying New York,
And
just like
take
Chicago,
that in
is corrupt.
without looking at Giuliani or some other politician from 40 years ago. It
For
doesn't
sh-
matter.
For
Look
sure,
at it now.
for sure, there's corruption there, and the point is that the attorney generals, even though that's a political office, right? But the attorney general should deal with the law. They should go after people breaking the law.
In the meantime,
So this specific attorney general right now in the NRA case, she said that anyone who breaks, no one's above the law in New York.
Whoa, what about the
Except for
Democratic Party?
Well, okay, I'm gonna agree with you on that
Well,
one.
that's
but,
what
you know.
that's where I'm getting point to.
Mhm.
You've got to look first party. You got to look for that female thing as a part two. I'll just take it in for that. There's a lot of different factors going on. And a lot of people are getting. There's a lot of money being thrown around, and it's all the same. It's not coincidental. It's not. It is what it is. Okay. And it's the cycle right now. We're in this bad cycle of really, really corrupt. A lot of money going in the bank accounts of people. I'll just leave it at that.
The politicians have always been corrupt, man. You know, maybe Walter, I would agree with you
Not
that
organized across the whole country.
Yes,
not
I would agree with you.
organized
The
across the
corruption,
whole
the corruption is worse now.
It's organized crime.
Yeah, and you know who, you know who's responsible for that?
Throw a name out there. Go.
No, all of us, because we're accepting that. We should not accept that from these places, right? We just shouldn't accept it. This is not what these guys should be doing. Because in New York, people are looting. They're rioting and looting, and there's all kinds of crimes running rampant on the street, and they're not going after those guys.
She's chasing after the NRA, chasing after pieces of plastic and aluminum. In the meantime, the organized thuggery, and I'll be nice.
Looting the streets.
Right. And nothing gets done.
And people are afraid. And by the way, let me just tell you, I know we were joking around, right? So I'm not trying to say anything against you guys. But it's not just white people that are afraid in the streets of New York.
Well,
everybody is afraid in New
because
York.
the criminals don't care what color you are.
No, of course not. They don't give a crap. They just
know.
want your stuff.
Right. So you should.
So the people of New York, the people who are accepting this stuff wherever they are, that's who could change this. You don't have to allow the same thing in Chicago. You don't have to allow those people to do that. They are responsible.
The problem is Chicago runs the whole state. New York City runs the whole state.
Without a doubt.
You gotta have an electoral college in these states to change this. You can't let one city's politics run the whole fucking.
But will they give it up? Will they give it up to that though? Do you think that?
No, there's no giving up. You can't. They're not going to give anything up.
It's got to get taken from them.
I hate to say it, but an old-fashioned coup would probably take care of it really well.
Well, we're on the same page.
And that could get a little gnarly. You know what I mean?
It could, but it's gonna get bad.
Politicians out in the street and hoist them by the rope.
Oh,
That
oh
gets a
that
little-
would never happen. The cops would so protect Warren Wilhelm.
Yeah, right.
They would
After they defund the police, watch how many cops are going to... You see what happened at the Democratic Convention? You see all the cops going to protect them now? Zero.
Not
Yeah.
So are they going to buy security?
Well, where are they going to get it? Oh, you know what? They can hire Antifa.
Well, and then they can all rape and screw each other all at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we're headed to a place one way or the other, right? We're going to go off the cliff one way or the other.
Maybe they can all dye their hair pink like all those Antifa chicks. You know, come on.
Or maybe
Dye
they
it
could...
black. Why in the mugshots all the Antifa people have black hair? There aren't that many black people. I mean, there ain't many white people with black hair in this world.
I don't know. It's a
And the
fashion
chicks all got
statement.
pink hair or purple hair. What's up with that?
Well, you got to look at their mission statements of those groups. I have no idea, but, you know, I agree with you.
The hair dye makes
Bloomberg
you
and Soros doesn't give out those mission statements.
No, because they just function on chaos. Soros's plan, Bloomberg's plan functions on chaos. It's the people. If you can't move out of New York City, if you can't get out of there, and you're trapped, you got to ask yourself what you're gonna do. Are you gonna go for the slow burn, or are you actually gonna like get up and fight for this place? I think that's really what it comes down to. And corruption is corruption. And there's New York's not the worst. But New York's up there. It's probably in the top 5. You know, I would say Chicago might be the worst. But you got New York, L.A., Chicago. We can, Miami.
Back in the old days of Chicago, when it was the white guys and the corruption, you could walk anywhere in the town, couldn't you? What happened?
It's different. It's
you could
more.
go anywhere, and you could walk just practically anywhere in these big cities. And you didn't have to worry about things as much because, everybody was on the take.
It depends on. Look, that's true. That depending on what time you're talking about, on whether you're Italian or you're Irish or you're this thing or that thing, and if you were east or west or south or north of this or that line. Right? We always had that kind of stuff in America.
Those old school corrupt guys were not looking to overthrow the country. There's a whole different
I miss the
mindset.
good old days where the criminals were patriotic. They were criminals and they raped and pillaged, but they loved America.
People always laugh and say they're crazy, but a lot of these criminals had a code. Mafioso guys didn't go around just killing people on the street because they were tired or bored. They killed other mafioso. They didn't want to set a bad, the people. You don't want the people to be mad at you, right? Mm-hmm. Now they don't care. Fuck it.
No, there's no rules. There's no rules.
Yeah, right. So it's like Colombia.
Well, that's because, so what you're talking about, and obviously we're over time here, but what you're talking about is because they had families. You know that, right? That's why there was a code. People had families. They didn't want, their wife had to go out there and go shopping. Their kids had to play on the streets. Now no one cares about families and, there's no one has their kids out there. No one cares.
And why is that?
Because of us, people, human beings have let that, human beings, I'm not saying me and you, but there's folks out there who are following organizations that believe in letting go of that. They believe that is the antithesis of what people should be.
Who are you to tell someone how they live? Or how they identify, or who they have sex with, or how many children they have in different families? Who are you to say that? That's the problem right there. Mm-hmm. Sorry, you have to be the person that says, "I don't like that guy. He's fuck." Oh, and you got to be able to say it and not be like, "I can't say that." Oh dear, I can't say that. Mm-hmm. Because everything is not okay. Everybody's not all right. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
No, I agree with you. I think on that we agree. I don't know, Rich. Do you agree with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't have to say it, Rich.
No. I think we all agree on that. There's been this massive swing, and either it's just gonna keep swinging out into space.
Next thing you know, once again,
we're gonna move back.
Rich, Rich and his pebbles, and I'm not saying to do this, have a personal relationship, and then then it's okay though. Because who are we to say that's not a right? And it's like it just keeps getting more bizarre and more bizarre.
For sure,
and more
for
freaky.
sure. Yeah. Shout out to Hootie Hoo. I see Hootie Hoo's coming in here for the end.
You caught the end of that. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. He's probably I don't know. Hootie Hoo's there's probably a video coming up soon from Hootie Hoo. You guys should go check out. But listen, we do. You know what, Walter? I think you're making a good point here. Ultimately, though, everything is within our control. Now, not maybe me and you for New York, but the human beings. There's nothing happening here that we don't do. Outside of nature and the universe or whatever, we are creating all this crap.
Thankfully, everything is cyclic, and the cycle will turn around the other way again, and you might not like the cycle.
Swing back.
Right, and you might not. Some people will go into, just like politics. It's the same way. It gets all nutty and crazy, and all of a sudden people go, "What the fuck am I doing?"
Yeah, but sometimes it gets to a point where there's going to have to be a fight, right? I mean, this is not a swing that's coming back easy. This is a swing that's probably coming back with a fight.
So for all you swingers out there, you better be careful. And I'll leave it on that.
Use your throw on your Jimmy hats. Throw on your Jimmy hats.
And you know what? Bless the hearts of the swingers. They're the least of the worries. Least most of the time that's
Oh, now we're blessing the swingers. Okay, yes, fine.
I'm not a swinger or anything like that.
No, it's all good.
In the big scheme of debauchery, that's pretty minor in the big scheme of debauchery. So
yeah. I'm live and let live, man. I'm live and let live. But and I think most people are out there. I think what we're seeing though is insane. And if it's gotten to the point, and it's kind of like a theme of tonight. If you're living in a city and you're actually worried about your children and your wife and and all these things that you've worked for your whole life, the reason why you're there is because of this nonsense. And at some point, this better stop. It's gonna have to stop one way or the other. So.
And if you're a Democrat and you're worried, you gotta stop supporting these fucking losers. I mean, you gotta come to your senses and go, I've been wrong all this time. I've been wrong. That's the hardest thing for people to do is say, "Uh-oh, I made a mistake." Yeah,
yeah. Time for a correction. The Democrats are like the liberal side of that party is gone batshit. Hootie Who says, yeah, the commie side. Hootie Who says, I'm confident things will get better soon. All the corrupt are about to be in the slammer shortly after the election.
I hope so.
From his lips to God's ears.
Yeah, and he says, we do not wear masks, bunch of baloney. There you go.
Oh, masks.
Yeah.
Wait, the best meme I saw on the masks is, masks made you safe. How come they didn't give the prisoners all masks and call it a day?
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking, too. Why do you let them out? Why just give them masks, right?
Because it doesn't work. It's bullshit.
Because there's an election.
What if I wear two masks?
No, it's bullshit. Well, how are you protecting your eyes? How are you protecting your skin?
Hey, Strange, you stop being sensible.
My barber, Mo, was telling me, he was like, listen, I read in the papers that if you're having sex, you're supposed to wear a mask. He was like, this is the... He was like, this is... No. He said, this is when I knew that everything has gone too far. So anyway, listen, we do have to get out of here. We could keep going here if we want to, but I appreciate everyone being here, hanging out with us. Let's go to Richard Hughes. Rich, how can the people link up with you and get more of your awesome sauce?
So let's see, FlyingRich.com, YouTube.com/FlyingRich, FlyingRich official on Instagram, and he's Pebbles Bird on Instagram.
Boyd.
Pebbles
Boyd. He's a Boyd.
And I just want to plug Mower Death, because Walter keeps forgetting to plug Mower Death.
I gotta talk. I can't get on Mower Death now.
Oh boy, locked out of your own.
I don't know if I'm locked out. I gotta sit down one day and just I forget what the pass. I don't know. I don't know how to get.
You gotta do a password. Okay, yeah, we'll help you out.
We'll have to talk about it.
Tech serve. James Lawson gave us $5 from James Lawson. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Walter, how do the people keep up with you, other than Mower Death?
Aside from my appearances on this awesome show here, you can check us out at safetyhourfarms.com. There's stenparts.com. There's Safety Hour Farms on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. There's some stuff over on Gunstreamer, but Gunstreamer is in a state of flux right now. Mm-hmm. And then there's Dirtfoot Racing, and as Rich mentioned, there's Mower Death, which someday I'll maybe post some more stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. That's my
By the way, we're throwing a lot of the videos that we had to take down from YouTube up on Full 30 right now, because Crazy, like Walter just said, we're in crazy town. Full 30 seems to be the most stable spot right now. I hope the Gunstreamer guys get their act together. I heard Huge Tube is still out there, so I've got to do some digging into that. But I heard Huge Tube is still doing its thing. So is Gunstreamer, but there's lots of corrections that need to be made. So, check out Full 30 if you're missing stuff. Also, make sure you go to Hank Strange, sign up for our email list over there. Make sure you guys check out Harry's Holsters and use the code Hank Strange over there at Harry's Holsters. Thanks so much to Richard Hughes, FlyingRich, as well as Walter Keller from Safety Harbor Firearms for joining us. Yes, all you folks out there, make sure you're smashing the thumbs ups, ringing the bell, all that kind of stuff. I've actually been forgetting to do my opens and closings and all that kind of stuff here, but I will do a closing. I know. I've been forgetting since I came back. I'll press the button and do a closing. So we're gonna put this up on iTunes. Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna put there was something playing through. You just didn't hear. So we'll put all this up on audio on iTunes and other places that you guys get audio. Shout out to everyone out there. Thanks for everyone joining us. We'll be back tomorrow. Who wants the final word out of you guys? Who wants the final word?
Yeah, right there. Boom.
There you go. Pebbles Boyd has the final word.
Good night, Pebbles.
And we're out. Peace. See ya.